Hello folks, I'm doing something a little bit different today. I want to give y'all a tour of my neighborhood, or like some of my favorite spots or favorite things in my beautiful neighborhood of Ancaster. And before I do so, I'm gonna smoke a nice fucking bowl out of a pipe that I just picked up from my ceramics class that I made. Look at this guy. Look at this little fucking freak. I don't know if this is focused at all. It's fine. Good looking enough. The grass here is wet. I don't care. So yeah, this is it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a bit fucky. Yeah, you kind of just, you know. It works. The very first thing that I want to make you guys all aware of is the fuck-ass dirt mound. I don't know if you see that in the distance, but we have a fuck-ass dirt and ice mound that is eternal. It will never melt. It will never go away because every year they get all of the snow off the road and they put it there. They put it on that pile. And it doesn't look so bad on camera, but it's really big to the eye. Now, one of my favorite things to do is just to look down as I walk and pretend that I'm not in the middle of the suburbs, because when you just walk like this, it looks nice. You can imagine anything beyond the walls of this camera, and then you look up and there's like a fire station right there, and there's the fuck-ass dirt mound over there, and then fence to block us and them as far as the eye can see, just for like another fucking 800 meters or so. It's not that bad, actually. They were gonna be turning it into like a whole ass city, so this like entire fucking field is gonna be like fucking skyscrapers and shit in 30-40 years, which is kind of cool. Some people have complained that they're, you know, not turning it into a park or like a water park or something that can like benefit the pre-existing community, but I think it's nice, especially because when you look at their plans, they're planning on like prioritizing urban space and shit, like walkable neighborhoods. Like the entire middle of the runway is going to be like pedestrianized, and I'm just a fucking shill. I fully realize, I need everyone to know, I am fully a shill for this company. They pay me too well. I have to be. You guys understand. We are coming up to a place in this neighborhood that I really like to go to. This is Avro Park, named after my friend Melano's bird. And it can barely be considered a park, y'all. It's literally just like a fence or like poles indicating that it's here, which you can just walk around, and then like rocks and a fucking thing that you can climb up theoretically, and also not theoretically because I've climbed up it before. And then a garbage. Yeah, this is not a park, but they like to pretend it is, and I like to pretend it is. Usually if I want to go around, like do a short lap around my neighborhood or do a short walk from my house, maybe like 10 minutes, what I'll do is I'll come up that road, go to this park, sit for a minute, and then walk back down. So it's like a really small loop. So I can do that really easily. Or I can keep walking if I want something longer. I should probably mention the giant stadium in the room with us. So that's Rogers Stadium. They built the stadium on the old land here last summer. And since then they put on like a whole bunch of shows here. I'm able to hear most of the music from my house. There's supposed to be a Bruno Mars show here on Saturday and Sunday, but they postponed it because of rain. Wow, crazy how that works. Now, It's like a little bit annoying that the stadium brings in so much traffic. I haven't minded it at all because I like the livelihood that it brings to the neighborhood, you know? I think that it's really cool to see like people being happy in my general vicinity, because when you live out in the suburbs, you don't really see that a lot. Maybe I just don't leave the house enough, but I really like being able to just look out my window and see people existing. And again, people who are happy because they're coming to see like an artist that they like. I think it's really great that people are able to just enjoy themselves here. And the stadium's only going to be around for a few more years, so I really don't mind it at all. Eventually, it'll all come crumbling down like everything does. And also, as a final note about the stadium, this is the parking lot that if you want to watch the shows for free, you can just like fucking walk through here, stand on the parking lot, and the stadium's right there. They sometimes put fireworks and stuff. I did that like once or twice last summer, and I'll probably do it once or twice again this summer because of the novelty, you know? So there's another park here coming up. This park doesn't really mean as much to me as Avro Park. It's a little bit bigger. It's kind of like on the edge of the neighborhood where like the industrial shit starts. The only thing that this park really has going for it, like memory-wise for me, is like one time I came with my skateboard here and I was trying to learn how to fucking how to ollie, and I couldn't. I tried, but turns out you can't learn an ollie in an afternoon. Shocker. Another notable part of this park is that there's like this gorgeous seating area right here, and the view is like fucking phenomenal. And when I say phenomenal, I mean like hilarious. So like, wow, you get such a nice view of a parking lot and the fucking Monet and Art of the Brick experience. 2 parking lots. Wow. So many sights to see here. Wow. Coming up to the Monet experience and Art of the Brick, one thing I do actually really like about this part of the industrial nowhere land is the art on the walls. Northcrest like worked with a bunch of local artists to put art all around the outside of the building so it wouldn't be gray, and I think that's actually fucking kind of cool that they like put art around the area that represents like the people who live here, and also like all the art is like pretty fucking gorgeous. I'm thinking of trying to climb up this ladder. It's probably a bad idea, but I might try it. There's also like a dude in a security car definitely following me, so I'm not gonna do that. Coming up here, we got some more really pretty art. Look at that. Alright, security dude just passed. More play this way. So here we got the Flight Safety Training School, the giant YZD building, and right in the middle of it all, another playground. Wow! So yeah, there is another playground here. There is, I fucking love this place because there's a basketball court here, but like there isn't actually a basketball net. So they have like balls and shit here that the community can use, but like what are they doing? Where are they scoring the ball? You guys tell me. One thing that I really like about this playground is that they used a decommissioned airplane to build the playscape. It's not the most exciting playscape. They had a zip line here last summer, but they got rid of it because they're lame and stupid and they hate fun. But yeah, they use a decommissioned airplane because Bombardier used to build airplanes here, and they just like left some of their junk behind. They said that they were going to leave more, but then they got really pissy about it. and decided to just like throw and destroy most of the things before leaving. Yeah, it turns out they were like bad tenants. Sounds about right. They made fucking jets for billionaires, so. Later in the summer, they're gonna put hammocks out here, so you fucking bet I'm gonna come onto my own workplace to smoke. You fucking bet. Alright, I'm sitting in the top of the airplane here, and I'm just gonna like take a little water break. I've been getting through the myth of Sisyphus recently, and it's genuinely changed my like entire perception of the world. One of the ways that this book addresses meaninglessness or gives a solution as to how to live a meaningless life without fucking killing yourself is playing like an actor, right? Is you kind of see everything like a game. The way an actor goes onto a stage for 2 hours to play a character, you do that in every facet of your life. So you recognize that there isn't a stable ego, a stable identity within you, and you just kind of exist as a fluid human being that adapts to different scenarios by seeing each one of them as their own game with rules, and just like having fun with it, truly like not worrying about being bogged down by an identity, because what is like identity if not like really strong meaning that we hold on to, and you're still allowed to feel that sense of identity, but don't hold on to it so hard that it like drags you down, that it doesn't allow you to laugh at serious things, or be serious at silly things. Fuck it. Just the whole idea is that there isn't a solid truth. This world in itself is not reasonable. That is all that can be said. But what is absurd is the confrontation of this irrational and the wild longing for clarity, whose call echoes in the human heart. We long for clarity, we long for the sense of meaning, and the world is irrational and can provide that, and that is the fundamental mismatch. That is the fundamental absurdity. And I think that that is a really cool way to live your life. To embrace this absurdity and just kind of fucking be okay with never really finding a true place in the world. Because that's all fucking made up human constructs at the end of the day. This is the Jack Squishy that I got from Dollarama. It was $2. I love him. He's so cute. My battery is low, which really fucking sucks ass. Also, that last sequence was fucking killer on my back because I was slouching the whole time. And once you're no longer 14, you can't get away with that shit. And I say this as a 21-year-old, so I know I'm gonna be looking back at this when I'm like 50 and being like, Danielle, you haven't seen shit. What are you talking about? Your back hurts. Yeah, it hurts. What do you want? It isn't a competition. Bitch. There's a kind of a huge truck in the way, but right here is another one of the paths that I'll go down with my scooter. And it takes you from this like wretched fucking parking lot into cute neighborhood. Wow, it's so cute. It's such a whimsical little path, and now we are no longer in the middle of nowhere. Now we're like back somewhere. Coming up to another park in the neighborhood. Last time I was here was actually in the winter, and snow was like 2 feet deep easily, and I was struggling to get to those playscapes because snow's not gonna stop me, bitch. This is Ancaster Park. It's the park named after the neighborhood, or maybe the neighborhood is named after the park, who knows. So This is the entrance, and there's a nice little absolutely destroyed path. And this is a pretty basic park. I'd give it maybe like a 4 out of 10. It's not dangerous enough. Everything's really cookie cutter. Like, they kind of just bought this entire fucking playground like ready-made off of Amazon, I swear. Bonus point for the seesaw. I always love a good seesaw, although this one's pretty small. Like, I tried using it in the winter alone. Wasn't really able to because the snow like physically stopped it from going down and up. This path takes us to the Ancaster Community Center. Now, I actually owe this community center a lot, I'll be honest, because I came here on a whim 2 years ago to see a town hall meeting. And I mostly went because I was like bored and I wanted to see old people get mad at the city. But I went there and I actually learned a lot about what was going on in this neighborhood development-wise. I got a really well-paying job out of going to that town hall meeting, and most importantly, I was able to start getting a connection to this really like wonderful and quiet neighborhood. And also, that town hall meeting, there were protesters and the police were called, and it was really funny. But yeah, this community center, it really means a lot to me, and I'm really glad that a community center like this can still exist. Because there aren't really enough of them today. And they're kind of closing by the minute, so to have a space like this that's still around, still active, still well maintained, splash pad by the way, tennis and pickleball courts by the way, it's really great. And again, this is like a small neighborhood, so to have one of these in such a small neighborhood is really cool. You can see it better here. Wow, community center. We are coming pretty close to the end of our tour. There is a nice soccer field here, which is really, really nice and cute. And there's a field here that's like a few minute walk from my house. Usually this is the field that I'll come to if I want to like sit under a tree and smoke weed and like just be outside for a while. Just want to give a quick shout out to this pole here. I don't think you can see it very well, but the texture on it is fucking gorgeous. We got basketball net in the middle of the road. Like, this is one of the busier roads in the neighborhood too, so that's really funny to me. It's not even like at a closer. You know what? I think the basketball net has a right to be here. Maybe we should shut down the road so that kids could play. How about that? And yeah, that's the end of the video.